Wow, how do you follow that? Beautiful.
Very good. Wasn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your musical talents. Hi, everyone. My name is Suzanne, and I'm your platform assistant today here at Unity of Tampa. We'd like to welcome everyone in the congregation and on Facebook or YouTube. Let's see. Is there anyone here for their first time? Could you please raise your hand?
There's one.
Oh, right. I see one. Very good. Very good. All right. First timers, you are entitled to one of our T-shirts right behind you. We have two colors, gray and purple. Yes, we welcome you. And for all the others here, if you'd like to purchase one of our T-shirts, they're $10 a piece. Now, if we could all silence our cell phones and please check in on Facebook so that people know you're here. A few announcements today. Let me see. That's okay. Do you have them?
Yes, look, sorry.
That's okay. Very good. Here they are. Got them.
Sorry.
All right. Our summer project for community outreach is ongoing, and we are stocking up for the Children's Board Snack Pantry. And if you are interested in contributing, you can see Norma or Kathy, or you can always go on unitytampa.org. And Gilda is facilitating our course in miracles every Thursday night from 7 to 8:30 here in our social hall. Yes. It is an awesome study. And let me see, what else do we have here? Oh, we have Snack Angels. If you would like to be one of our Snack Angels and contribute the snacks for Sunday after service, please feel free to sign up in the fellowship hall or go to unity.org. And do we have any birthdays this week? Okay, I have a Sheila Hensley. Yes. And Derek. Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. And we also, on our Wednesday nights, Dr. Dave and Elliot are in the fellowship hall doing meditation and live music. Also watch them on our Facebook page.
And
So
we are having quite the conversations there, I might add.
Oh, you okay?
Yes, really.
Michael's
Seriously.
usually
Seriously,
there
we're
also.
getting deep there.
Are you getting deep?
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing. Oh gosh.
Dave's turned it up a notch.
Very good. All right. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Reverend Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne.
You're
How about
welcome.
something for Suzanne?
All right.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are we today?
Great.
Oh, come on, people. Thank you. Oh, my gosh. If we're going to get up, could we act like we're happy today? So it's great to see everybody. I want to point out Elliot is not here because he's on vacation. And he's celebrating his birthday this week. So happy birthday to Elliot. And Derek Thomas is not here, but because he is on in Maryland, I think, with Nate and I think Janice went up there too, and they are taking care of soccer tournaments, or I'm sorry, lacrosse. Sorry, Derek, lacrosse. Anyway, today's Derek's actual birthday too, so Sheila shares her birthday with Derek, which is very awesome. And Sheila didn't want to share her birthday at all, but hey, We're not putting up with that. All right, well, I want to say special thanks to Michael and Alban for holding the fort down. And if you weren't here early, you may not have heard that Tanya played a beautiful Beethoven piece for us this morning. So special thanks to Tanya. And for our online Facebook audience, we had a little glitch in our PowerPoint setup this morning. So Jeffrey drove all the way back to the office, his office, to find out copies. So by the time we're halfway in, we should be on track with everything you need to see. All right, let's look at first of all, let's do our affirmation. I don't think we have it, so we'll see how good you are at remembering. Are you ready? There's only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Nice job. Nice job. All right, pray for others. Our daily word today, pray for others. And it says, I know the truth of each dear one I hold in prayer. What an honor it is to hold others in prayer. I am grateful for this sacred trust and use it to see beyond appearances, knowing that all appearances are temporary conditions. I focus on the unchangeable truth that each one for whom I pray is a divine being, a living expression of God. As I pray for others, I envision divine peace, calming thoughts, and strengthening faith. I see healing leading to the realization of wholeness. I pray divine love and wisdom create harmony in relationships, guiding every decision. I affirm divine order is established in every area of life. I claim for them the zeal to complete everything that needs to be done. I then give thanks, grateful to bless others with the gift of prayer. And from Matthew 18, again, truly I tell you, if two of you agree on earth about anything you ask, it will be done for you by my Father in heaven. So that's pretty awesome. I have something I have to just share as a complete side note before I turn it over to Michael and Alban. But so I don't know how many of you happen to watch America's Got Talent, but the 96-year-old woman who was on there this past week who danced, she happens to be the mother of one of our congregants. So I wanted to tell you, Joanne and Hanson are not here today because they're traveling, but it's Hanson's mother, and she's actually visited us when we had together in peace meeting on Sundays. She visited us, and she's a lovely woman, and then I saw Suzanne post it, and I thought, is this the same woman? And so I reached out to Hanson and Joanne and found out it was his mom. It is his mom. So anyway, cheer this 96-year-old woman on, will you? Because that's pretty awesome. Yeah, pretty awesome. All right, I am going to turn it over to Michael and Alban for It's Up to Me by Sue Riley, right?
That's correct.
All right,
We're going to
thank
continue
you.
with our song for the month. It's time to let your soul shine right now, so everybody get up if you can. If it's to be, if it's to be, oh, if it's to be, you know it's up to me. If I seek the truth, well, let me seek the truth. If I'm lost in doubt, let me believe. Well, I know I can be. I want to see if it should be, if it should be, whoa, if it should be. You know it's up to me. If I'm tired and stressed, let me stop and rest. If I'm feeling hurt, let me forgive. I know I can be the change I want to see. If it's to be, if it's to be, whoa, if it's to be, you know it's up to me. And if I dream of peace, let me live in peace. When I start from love, I am love. Well, I know I can be the change I want to see. If it's to be, if it's to be, oh, if it's to be, you know it's up to me. If it's to be, if it's to be, oh, if it's to be, you know it's up to me. 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 Awesome, guys. Beautiful.
Pretty good considering they don't have the words today.
They sure do.
So, good job faking it, you guys. You know, we all knew one part of that, right? So, a couple things. One thing I just wanted to raise, I know I talk about it a lot, but, you know, I get to, so that's okay. Right? What are they going to tell me?
Stop you, right?
Right? You don't get to say anything? I just want to point out every single week things change here, in case you haven't noticed. You pull up outside, something new has been planted, new signs are up finally. The new signs are lit, no less, at night, so you can actually see them. Yes, but I just want to remind everybody, we are literally only 8 weeks into this new location, and look how much we've done. 8 weeks. You know, we all keep wanting to do more, and then last week I had to stop and remind myself we were less than 8 weeks until this week. And it was actually May 9th was our first service in this new location. And we've come a long way. So I just want to thank everybody who continues to show up. Every day there is someone here. Every day. You know, we have the security cams on, and Jeffrey and I get it on our phone, and we see every day someone is here, planting, watering, opening this door, opening that door, adding this, cleaning this room, something. But it's taking a real lot of people who have taken ownership of this. And I'm super grateful. We both are. So thank you for that.
The gardens look beautiful out there.
I know the
who's been working
gardens
on
are
that, but that's
amazing.
great. Yeah.
It's amazing. And I wish everybody, I'll have to put a picture up next week to show people what it looked like when we moved in. But there was nothing out there, nothing. Not one plant out there except outside this front door. And now it's like this whole new place. So, all right, children, I know you want me to give your lesson. So let's see what I have for children today, because Emma is not here. And somewhere is my children's lesson. Hold on. Nicole, I think. Oh, no, here it is. Never mind. We got stuff up here for everybody today. All right, this is what the kids are learning today. Here's the question for them. Can love rub off? Let's try that twice. Can love rub off? And here's what the lesson's about. That the words I love you mean a great deal, but love's actions mean even more. So one of the exercises for you at home, if you have children, is how do your family members know you love them? And the goal is to have everybody reflect on love in the family by looking at statements such as, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous. It does not brag. It is not proud. Love is not rude. It is not selfish. It does not get upset with others. Love does not count up wrongs that have been done. Love is not happy with evil, but is happy with the truth. Love patiently accepts all things. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always remains strong. And of course, if you're like most families, it's tough to love each other all the time. It's hard to be all those things that 1 Corinthians talks about and to act that way, but love rubs off. And that's our lesson for the kids. So we're going to ask our kids. Emma is on vacation today, but we are blessed to have not only Allison and Piper, but Janet came in today to help out, which is super thoughtful. So we have 3 people today, and we thank you all for being so supportive. And Janet, will you come up here a minute? I don't know, how many of you know Janet, our office manager? Does everybody know Janet? So I just want to tell you, we cannot live without Janet. Janet does everything and anything for this church. She helps Jeffrey and I every single day. I think on a short week, we exchange 40 emails, and our average is probably more like 60. But we are constantly in communication about everything, and she just holds us up every day to help make things possible. So I just want to make sure people see the person behind the scenes. Thank you. All right, kids, we're going to sing our kids off. Aren't we?
I didn't know we were doing that, but I'll try.
Do we want to play them off? We can play them off. Walking in the light, in the light, in the light. I am walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. How nice of us. See, we're winging everything today. Look at us. We're just wingers. All right, we have 2 stories. Look, we have 2 stories of those. Thanks, Duncan. All right, the first one is about this Tampa teen who's been helping seniors by creating gardens for grandparents. This is a really sweet story. Her name is Kelly Westmoreland. She's a senior at Alonzo High School. She grew up gardening with her grandmother, Helen. It was a hobby she hoped to carry on when Helen moved into Discovery Village at Westchase. She soon learned after her grandmother moved in that the facility was so new they didn't have a garden. So she took it upon herself to start 2 new herb gardens in the courtyard, calling the project Gardens for Grandparents. Kelly learned that gardening is a very good motor skill for the memory care residents. It's a daily task that you have to remember to do. She also began targeting certain herbs that would be extra beneficial for the body and mind. A lot of vitamins, iron, and potassium. She said, it's really amazing to see that I have such an impact on people I didn't even know a couple of years ago. Kelly's efforts were recognized by her Girl Scout troop as she was awarded the Gold Award, the highest honor and Girl Scout can achieve. Of course, I felt super happy because this is what I've been working towards since I was in kindergarten, she said. Her grandmother passed away in February, but her spirit lives on forever through the herb garden, and Kelly hopes her Gardens for Grandparents inspires other teenagers to give back to generations that came before them. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, it's a great story. And we have another story too. Purple Heart recipient who suffered PTSD finds healing in the dog training business. So San Diego veteran Daniel Lopez joined the Marines in 2003. In his 12 years of service, he completed 3 tours to Iraq and Afghanistan. During his first tour, a roadside bomb went off, and he was hit with flying shrapnel and gravel, ultimately earning him a Purple Heart. When he got out of the military, he hit rock bottom. Straight up, what it was PTSD, he said. I was going through depression and anger, and I was freaking out. From PTSD to felony charges to addiction issues, Daniel needed help. He ended up turning to multiple San Diego agencies and military groups who helped get him back on his feet. Through those groups, he was introduced to caring for and training dogs, and he realized that this was his passion. 5 years ago, he started his own business, KG Allies. He trains pets and service dogs and also trains their owners, offering a discounted rate to veterans. Lopez said he's able to tap into his past to help him care for some of the hardest dogs. I've started seeing myself in these dogs, understanding their anxieties, seeing some of the aggression in them, and I can relate and understand how to help these dogs know that I have their back, and they don't have to freak out. They don't have to lose their mind. They don't have to worry. So it's wonderful. Hey, is he actually up?
Multi-talented.
Wait, let me just see. Are you actually up and out from behind your hiding? Wow. You know, I thought Tanya was over there, and then I saw her. I saw Michael. I'm like, who is on the piano? And in case you don't know, Alvin never gets out from behind those drums. We can never get him to show his face. I'm so impressed.
No, I didn't have my pajamas on today. So normally,
Thank you, Alvin. Thanks for letting people see you today. Yay! Oh my gosh, this place just keeps me laughing. You too, of course, right? Yes, of course. All right, we're going to get ready for our meditation, and we're going to sing Sanctuaries. So if you know the words, sing along, because we don't have them for you yet.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Come on, one more time, guys. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Sanctuary for you. Sanctuary for you.
such an important message, preparing ourselves to be that sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. So I invite you now just to take a few deep breaths. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Get in touch with your heart. Just let go of everything that was on your mind when you came here today. And feel the joy of all these wonderful people. Whether you're online or you're with us today, you can't help but feel the joy of people coming together, spending this hour preparing themselves to take on what is theirs to do in every day, every week, and knowing that our reflection for good is always what brings out the best in us. Today I celebrate my authentic self, the core of my being, the gift of my life. It is through my inner being that I watch the world unveil itself to me. Like everyone, I am a unique spiritual being who can choose at any time to allow myself to view the world as a curious child, learning to respect others through that same innocence. Through my authentic excuse me, I can look through the eyes of each person and see their soul. The true meaning behind their outward presence. And when I do, I allow others to share their authentic self with me by listening intently and opening my heart and not my mouth. There is no better gift I can give the world than to be my true self and allow others to do the same. When I let my divine light shine brightly, it serves as a beacon that helps me hear the needs of others and helps me know where I might be useful in any given moment. It is the true purpose of my existence and the best means of expressing my godliness. As my authentic self, I am free to be me without fear of judgment and without the need for approval from others. I am free to discover, and I'm free to express my talents and my gifts. Let's take that in. when we think about our authentic self, and we think about being free to be who we are, who we were born to be, there's a giant burden that's lifted off of our backs. Suddenly, we realize that we're the only ones who know what we were meant to be. That wisdom lies within us. I trust my inner compass to help me find my way to truth and to reveal my best. The light of God shines brightly on my life, and with my mind and heart centered in peace, I gently bring myself back to this place and time, refreshed and relaxed. And as I slowly open my eyes, I experience peace. So how many of us have been to a gathering and had people ask us what we do for a living before asking us who we are? Do you know it's such common practice in society that most people have become more interested in what we do than who we are? The worst part is we're that way. We have become the people who identify more easily with what we do for a living than who we are. All the roles we play in life, not who we are. Think about it for a moment. When somebody asks who we are, we typically answer with what we do. I'm a plumber. I'm a musician. I'm a teacher. That's what we say. And all of those statements are really more about what we do, not who we are. In most social settings, when we see familiar faces, we introduce people to our friends by saying, oh, this is so-and-so, this is what they do. Can you imagine what would happen if we said, this is so-and-so, and stopped? What would the next question be from the person we were introducing that person to? What do you do? So while these practices are very valuable in helping people connect in business and careers and growing, and it's great that we have this type of mentality, the downside is few of us actually get to know people for who they really are. In those moments of introduction, we're not looking for people at a deeper level. We're looking only for what they do and how we can connect with them and what good that knowledge will bring for us. Somehow we've learned to subscribe to the idea that labeling ourselves is how we should get through life. And that's how people see our value. That's how we get best understood, by making sure we have all these labels. Even when someone asks us who we are, we still innately answer with what we do. We can't help ourselves. It's become ingrained in us. But that's not the only label we actually use. Many times we label ourselves according to our family members, the people we date, the people we're with, the people, in our families. Oh, I'm so-and-so's mother. I'm so-and-so's father. I'm so-and-so's partner. We more labels than what we do because we're all those things to so many people. But can you imagine the looks we would get if our answers to the question, who are you, looked something like this? I'm someone trying to find my way in life. I'm a child of God. How about you? Or I'm not really sure at the moment who I am. How long do you think those conversations would last? Very short, right? Think back to when you were a child for a moment, okay? And someone asked you, who are you? You proudly shared your first name. That's all you said. Unless, for a moment, you wanted to show them what you were doing at the time they interrupted you to ask you that stupid question. But that's all we thought. This is all I am. I'm my name. That's it. That's where it ended. We never felt the need to continue on. Oh, I'm so-and-so's daughter. I live down there. I do this. No, we just stopped. And the best part of that is that was when we were in our purest innocence and the most vulnerable. That was who we are. Nothing more than we saw ourselves in that moment. In our innocence, we looked at everything we saw or touched as though we were the ones discovering it for the very first time. And slowly but surely, we learned what was expected of us to achieve approval, what was expected of us to fit in, and we're still doing that today. As we assumed all these roles in life, it became easy for us to take on all the personas of those roles. How many stories have we heard about famous people whose personas got so big that they retreated from society and took these long breaks just to find themselves because they could no longer remember who they were without that role, without that persona that they had adopted? Imagine how Superman must have felt. Everywhere you go. In those situations, when people retreat from the public eye, they're trying to find peace in their life. Now, we do the same, we just do it differently. Our identities can easily become so wrapped up in the roles we assume with our family and our friends and our professional network that we rarely let our authentic self show up. In the book, Escaping the Chaos Within, I talked a lot about the process of peeling away the layers of the artichoke to reveal the heart. You know, when you eat an artichoke, you take all those layers off and the heart is exposed eventually. And the heart is the best part of the artichoke. You do all that work to peel away those layers only for that little bit in the center. But those layers that build up over time, that we allow to build up over time, separate us from others. They separate people from knowing us. And sometimes we use the layers to protect ourselves because it's easier. That way we're not exposed to the world. But sometimes we use those layers to prevent other people from knowing us intentionally. I'll just give them the high-level version they want to know because I don't want them to get too close. But at the core of our being is our true, authentic self. And when we reveal the heart of our being, where our divine light shines brightly, that is when the world gets the best out of us. That is when we are revealing who we came here to be. In his book, Talks on Truth, Charles Fillmore said this: over the entrance to the Greek temple was written, "Know thyself." And it is always written over every door that opens from ignorance to wisdom. Know thyself. Know who and what you are. Know where you came from. Know what you're doing here. Know where you're going. And if you want to know all this, you have to meditate, he said, on the I am. I am. Charles Fillmore, very famous for that, those two words, I am. Now, for me personally, this whole meditative process and the revealing process was actually quite difficult decades ago. And it required me really spending time peeling away all the roles I had assumed in my life, trying to figure out who I really was without all those personas. But once you get into the process of starting to strip down all of those layers that you've built up to protect yourself, or to think that you're confident about things that you're not, or to show this public persona when you have this whole person inside that's not really getting known. To do that requires a lot of stripping down your emotional mentality. And once we start to remove those layers and we become vulnerable to the world, we begin to experience everything in life as though we are experiencing it for the very first time. I can't even begin to tell you how freeing that was decades ago for me. Suddenly, there's no rules about who you are. There's no rules about how you show up. There's no need for approval. There's no need to worry about being judged when you're being the best reflection of God that you can be, which is all any of us were born to be. The best reflection. And when you're in that space, life becomes more about showing up every single day, bringing your best wherever you go, and knowing that whatever is yours to do today is naturally going to come forward. You will know what is meant for you to do. When you expose your truest self, you're far less concerned with everybody else's too. And it opens your eyes to the world and all these people that you've been surrounded by that you never allowed yourself to really know or to let know you. And once you uncover that authentic self, you will never build up those layers again. You assume roles, but the difference is you suddenly start to infuse yourself with all those roles. So nobody sees anything different, whether you're at home or in public, whether you're in your job or with your family. It's you. It's just you. You at the heart of the artichoke. That's it. It's you. Emily Cady points out our authentic self is something that remains unchanged despite our attempts to hide it. And here's how she framed it. She said, man is a threefold being made up of spirit, soul, and body. Spirit, our innermost real being, the absolute part of us, the I of us, has never changed, though our thoughts and our circumstances may have changed hundreds of times. We were always the same at our core. And Myrtle Fillmore talked about this too in her book, The Healing Letters. She shared how important it is for us to see our unfolding as the truth of the value we bring in this lifetime. So reveal yourself and you recognize this is who you're bringing to the world. This is who you were meant to be. I love this statement, one gigantic sentence really. It says, true prosperity is determining what our souls require in order to cause them to unfold more of God. And then harmonizing that expression with the needs of our fellow human beings so that everyone benefits and is inspired to unfold and express themselves at that inner spiritual place. So when we do it, we're inviting others to do the same. One of the recipes for life success that I shared in that book was, and it helped me a lot, and I'm just going to share it with you. You should try it at home if you feel so inspired. But gather a bunch of pictures together of yourself, and you can do this digitally if you don't have them printed out, okay? We can stay modern. But if you have pictures, lay them all out. Don't lay them out in any order. Just lay them out from different stages of your life. And then look at these pictures intently. I want you to look at your eyes, look at your hands, look at your body position. Look at the look on your face and try to see deeper into what you are inside. And once you see that, start to make this list of what are those qualities. What are the qualities you saw? And then embrace those qualities and start to live them. Embrace them, live them, own them. And before you know it, people will begin to see the real expression of you all the time. And it will always be positive for them and for you. Opening our eyes to who we are, authentic self to the world, that curious child that we all are will suddenly come to life in a new way. And we will not only have a newfound respect for life, but for others as well when they get to reveal themselves. Now, one of the biggest benefits I've always seen from a minister perspective, both at Together in Peace and here at Unity of Tampa, both locations, is that when we're here on Sunday, everybody is more likely to reveal their true self. And I don't have the answer to that except to say it's safe here. And when we're together, we feel safer. But I've witnessed people asking each other deep questions, asking each other how you really are or what's going on with you, and actually meaning it and wanting to know. And people get to know each other in a really different way because our mode of operations here always includes checking in on a personal level. But I think we could do even better than we're doing. I think we can create a place where everybody feels that they can share their authentic self and not be afraid. Not be afraid that anybody here is better than anybody else and would judge them. And more importantly, if you can't reveal yourself in the most spiritual moments, where are you going to do it? This is a great practice ground for it. I read this article this week, and it was talking about how everyone on Zoom talks about the weather before meetings start. Because everybody's all over the place, right? And it's a good check-in thing. But this in the article, he decided he was going to change that pattern because he thought it was so superficial that people were talking about the weather all the time. So he decided to share how the weather is affecting his life and preventing him from going out and taking walks, and especially during the pandemic, how if the weather was bad, he felt really, caged in his office. Well, that one statement opened the door for all these people to start talking, and from that moment on, everybody at the beginning of meetings actually started to do a deeper check-in and share just a bit of themselves. Now, it might only be a matter of a few minutes, but the point is it eliminated those superficial conversations which I stink at. I have a fuse this big for fake and superficial. I'm not very good at it. So I don't go to a lot of those things where people want to stay in that lane because in my corporate job, I either have to be All myself or there's no deal. And especially at this point in my life. I don't really care. At this point in my life, I don't care. I'm going to be who I am. At my best day or my worst day, I'm still going to be who I am. We don't have to create deep and meaningful relationships with everyone we meet, but we can always be authentic no matter who we meet. All right, let me share our takeaways for today. I think, hey, I guess Jeffrey's back, so thank you, Jeffrey, for running all the way back and getting these. Number one, hold a vision for yourself as the God. See and believe that your number one priority is to reveal your spirit. Number two, acknowledge that your inner light is the gift. Let your light lead the way for your life. Number three, practice living beyond your outer persona. Let others see who you are at a deeper level without fear. And number four, pay attention to how authenticity makes you feel and begin to experience that freedom of being you. Our affirmation today, let's say it together. I am revealing my authentic self. Let's do that again. I am revealing my authentic self. And the quote today is tap into your authentic self and watch the world unveil itself to you. Let's take that in. So we pause for a moment just to reflect upon our authentic self and the importance of taking away all those layers that have protected us from the world and the world from us. We recognize no matter what role we take on in life, we can be our authentic self everywhere, and it's perfectly fine. We give thanks for the beauty of being the reflection of God, each one of us, and the gift of what is ours to do every day. Amen. If you have a prayer need, we have a prayer box on the left when you walk out. We also have a way you can submit online, and you can email any one of us. We'll gladly take your prayers and hold them in a great place. And we have, I think we have 7 or 8 of us now, prayer chaplains. And we just got a new person who in the Carolinas who is a former Unity, well not former, but was a member of the Unity of Tampa, still watches us every week. Many of you may remember Donna Tritt. But Donna has offered to be a prayer chaplain even from the Carolinas. So she's been in touch with Jeffrey and I this week, and I'm getting her set up so she can join us, Linda, and I'll send you her info. Also, I just want to mention that after 30 days that we pray, we send your prayers to Silent Unity. They continue praying for you. And then if you want to resubmit, just resubmit. All right, we have Here Come My Dreams, correct?
Yes.
And this is not only Michael Hilson performing it, but Michael Hilson wrote this. So we're going to hear his song, and Alvon, Duncan, thank you, David, thank you, and Emma, I hope she's having a great break, and Elliot too. All right.
All right, I'm inspired now.
You are?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
I think this song fits in with what you're talking about.
see, you're going to bring out the best in us.
Come on. All right.
Here come my dreams, they are returning, and they bring the fires burning. Here come my dreams, they are returning, they sing, my heart is yearning, and it seems my mind is turning over themes that keep recurring, and it teems with so much learning. What it means, I am discerning. My whole life I've been waiting for you. And I know my dreams are coming through you. Sometimes serene, sometimes churning. Some of them scream, some are disturbing. And it teems, is confirming for my esteem. They are affirming. My whole life I've been waiting for you. And oh, my dreams are coming through you. My love supreme, whom I am serving, does redeem and is enduring. The endless stream keeps on turning up these dreams I am deserving. My whole life I've been waiting for you. And I know my dreams are coming through you. Here come my dreams, they are returning, and they bring the fires burning. Here come my dreams, they are returning, and they sing, my heart is yearning. My whole life I've been waiting for you. And I know my dreams are coming through you. Here come my dreams, they are returning. Here come my dreams, they are returning. Here come my dreams, here come my dreams, here come my dreams, here come my dreams.
Thank you.
Song gets stuck in your head ever since
Hopefully.
Michael shared it the first time with Melody and I. We get stuck on the chorus. We have to keep learning the rest of the words. All right, this is a time when we talk about our giving affirmation. I want to just remind us to think about how blessed we are, and we want to remind you to think abundance in your own life and hold the abundance for this organization, our spiritual home, our spiritual center, Unity Worldwide, all of the people who work at trying to make the world a better place through bringing light to divine being. And so I want to ask you to join with me in saying our prayer. I have faith in God as my instant, constant, abundant supply and supplier. I have faith in God to open ways when to the human sense there is no way. I have faith in God to guide me in all my ways, and my health, happiness, and prosperity are assured. Thank you, God, abundant good, now flowing forth to meet my every need. And so it is. And you can share your gifts with us. There's a box on the back on the right, or you can donate online should you want to. Let's see. I think we're ready for the peace song. Yes?
Yes.
So why don't we stand together and sing our peace song, and then we'll do our closing prayer. And before you all run out today, I just want to invite you to come over to Fellowship Hall, because it's a great place to visit with people. And I have to remind myself, today, thank you to Linda Reed, Jeffrey Beach, Michael Williams, Jerry Rode. Thank you. And Karen, I'm assuming I should have you. Yes, Jerry, Karen. Okay, she helped you a little bit? Okay, I mean, I don't want to give her credit, Jerry, if she didn't help. Yeah. And I believe David, too, you helped in helping us with coffee and helping us back there, too. I saw you cleaning up last week, too. Thank you to all our people. All right, let's say our peace, sing our peace song. Let's.
On earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now let's join together and sing our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is great. Amen to that. Have a great week, and thank you for being here today. Thanks, you guys.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far.
Sam, I don't want to give you
far,
the
over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day he passed my way, and while he spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. Then one day, a magic day, he passed my way. And while he spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Then one day, a magic day, he passed my way. And while he spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me. The greatest thing you'll ever learn just to love and be